If you feel this pipe right here, you can feel the heat on that. That's all the heat from outside in the air that's coming down, and that heat is being transferred to this tank.
Paul Dowsett is showing off his home's heat pump. Like a fridge in reverse, the heat pump sucks in heat from the air outside, even from the cold winter air, and brings it inside the home. It's very energy efficient.
Hello.
Dowsett is a sustainable architect and one of the leaders of pocket change.
So the big one is the air-to-water heat pump.
Named after their Toronto neighborhood called The Pocket, the group is helping people retrofit their homes to reduce their carbon emissions. Anything from upgrading insulation and windows to adding solar panels.
How can we help homeowners with what is usually a very technical, daunting, expensive, time-consuming process?
On this day, Dowsett was hosting some of his neighbors to celebrate the group's achievements, helping over 24 homeowners so far with upgrades.
That deserves a really big round of applause for all you change makers who are doing this work. Thank you.
They're sharing information and resources through meetings like this.
To make it a lot easier, to make it faster, to make it fun even, to do a green retrofit to their home. And that's what we're trying to do with the Pocket Change project.
Dowsett says a crucial step in cutting home emissions is that heat pump, a device that runs on electricity rather than natural gas to heat and cool a building. It's one way a homeowner can help Canada get to net zero by 2050, since buildings, including our homes, account for about 18% of the country's total greenhouse gas emissions.
So we're pretty early on in our journey. Right now, our main focus is on the exterior. So insulating, air sealing, and as you can see, is we have gotten new windows throughout the entire house.
Raj Sandhu has seen firsthand some of the barriers homeowners face cutting their emissions. Finding contractors with climate expertise was one of them.
There's just a bit of a lack of information, I think, or lack of like really skilled expertise on some of the newer methods that maybe are more aligned with getting to net zero. Some of the newer technologies, the newer sort of practices.
Bottom-up solutions.
Brendan Haley studies the gargantuan challenge of decarbonizing Canada's buildings.
I think Pocket Change is a great example of a neighborhood self-organizing and recognize that they're stronger together.
But Haley says lower-income Canadians will need help from Ottawa to meet the challenge of retrofitting millions of homes.
The federal government has provided support for middle and upper income Canadians who can pay upfront for a retrofit and then receive a grant after the work is done. But the financial barriers are still too great for lower income Canadians.
We are very fortunate to live.
Back at Pocket Change, Dowsett and other members are now working to green even more nearby homes.
Helping neighbors is really what this is all about.
It's a small, bite-sized approach that just might solve a huge climate problem. Hanomansing, CBC News, Toronto.